Hey, this is Rocket Brain Surgeon. Today we're looking at the IS-3 following around Precambrian on Ensk. The IS-3 is a Tier 8 Russian heavy tank. It's kind of like a Hedium, a mix between a heavy and a medium tank. What makes it very effective is that great mobility. The mobility of the traverse is okay. The straight line speed is actually pretty good. The low end acceleration is pretty good. The profile of the IS-3 is great. So you can see where he's pulling up to this rock. He's hiding his hull and just exposing that very tough turret. Frontally, the turret is effective to 250 plus millimeters of penetration. It's also angled quite well, so even if the shot does make contact with a part it can penetrate, it's really not a guarantee that the shot will go through. The IS-3 has a pike shape to the front, meaning you want to face incoming fire directly. You do not want to angle. It doesn't really matter if the tank is angled, as sometimes when it hits the pike, because it has those angles, the shot is just going to bounce anyway. So defensively, the IS-3 is just a fantastic package. It has that mobility to be where you need it to be, and it will bounce shots just based on angles alone. The hull recently, I guess not recently, a couple months ago, was set back to quote-unquote historical values. Basically, they weakened the front pike armor a little bit. It used to be more effective against 175 pen guns. It used to be rated effective like 190-ish, but recently it will only bounce weird shots, random shots. So getting shot front on in the hull is not that amazing. That's why you can see that Precambrian's not being too terribly concerned with angling. He just wants to hide that hull more often than not. The side armor of the IS-3 is magic. Stalinistic magic. It has spaced armor along the sides. It randomly eats a ton of shots. It's wonderful for reverse angling. So the entire protection of the IS-3 is great. The gun is fantastic. Weirdly fantastic. Exact like everything else on the tank. 225-ish pen on the gun, 390 alpha. And the quote-unquote issues with the gun are that it has a terrible aim time and terrible bloom, but honestly, this stupid thing snapshots from forever away, and I have no idea how it does it. If you take the Chinese tanks, which have the same basic accuracy and bloom levels, they can't hit the broadside of the barn. This is just a magic Soviet tank, seriously. For a short while, I believed that the 110 was better than the IS-3 because it had better gun handling characteristics on paper in exchange for lower alpha overall. However, rebuying the IS-3, there is no gun handling problems. It's basically the perfect tank, and I feel really bad for ever believing that it was not the perfect tank. The only downside is that it's blind. However, since Wargaming is making every map into a brawl map, who cares? Hope you enjoyed. Happy hunting.